Now, when you have feelings for your ex, it can feel like a pressure building in your chest. You must tell them how you feel or you won't be able to take it anymore. But while spilling your guts will relieve that pressure, if you want them back, it will really hurt your chances if you make this confession too early. So right now, you need to keep your feelings to yourself and continue building your relationship with your ex before you have that conversation. Welcome to the Breakup Corner. Now, if you're watching this video, then I'm guessing you're looking for proven, unbiased advice on how to win back an ex, and that's exactly what I provide on this channel. Please subscribe now and leave a comment if you have a question about your particular situation. So, let's get to the meat of this video. If you want your ex back, when should you tell them how you feel? In short, the answer is you shouldn't tell them that you have feelings for them, that you want them back, or even how much you miss them until the two of you have reconnected in a significant way and are actually talking about getting back together. I know it may feel like the right thing to do and that you're just being honest, but if you really want another chance, then you should definitely not take this route. There are a couple of exceptions here, which I'll explain later in the video, but first, let's talk about why this is such a bad idea. I think of it this way. Your ex knows that you love them. Chances are you even begged and pleaded for them to take you back, and for this very reason. But if I love you wasn't a good enough reason for them to stay with you, then why should this be a good reason a week later? They didn't end the relationship because you don't have strong enough feelings for them. They ended it because the relationship just wasn't working anymore. So we've established that they already know how you feel. So then why do you feel this impulse to tell them anyway? Well, the truth is, even though you may feel like you're being honest, you're actually sending a much different message than you might think. This "I love you" or "I still have feelings for you" or "I still want to be with you" is actually coming from a very different context than it was the first time you said it. So it means something very different both to you and your ex now. What you're really saying is, "Please take me back." That's right. You're not doing something sweet or romantic or honest by sharing these feelings. You're actually just trying to make them change their mind about the breaking up in the first place. You're putting the pressure on them. And while I think there's nothing wrong with wanting your ex back, in fact, helping you get a second chance with your ex is the very reason I'm on YouTube in the first place, the truth is that there are much better ways of achieving this goal that don't involve you spilling your guts. Here are a few reasons that this is not going to get the result that you're looking for. First, it's extremely confrontational. Since essentially what you're asking your ex is, "Will you take me back?" you're giving them an easy opportunity to just say no and close the book on this relationship for good. Many people are looking for closure after a breakup, and you're offering it to them on a silver platter. Even if they don't say no outright, there's a good chance that they're just trying to spare your feelings and you won't want to hear from them as often after today. It won't be until much later that you'll both look back at the day you told them that you still love them and see it as a moment when the relationship was truly over for good. Another reason not to tell your ex how you feel is that it comes across as weak and unattractive. Now, I know this is harsh, but it has to be said. Think of it this way. This person has very clearly rejected you and your love. They've decided to take the difficult step of cutting off the relationship and moving on with their life. By crawling back to them with your tail between your legs, and don't kid yourself, this is exactly what you're doing, you're showing them that you have low value and that you lack self-respect. You're probably saying, "My ex isn't that cruel. They don't see me that way." But the truth is that this all happens at a subconscious level. So while they still may say all the right things, on some level, they see this as pathetic. It certainly doesn't say, "I'm a confident person with plenty of options who would make a good partner." And that's the kind of message you should be sending if you do want your ex back. But what if your ex did break up with you because you didn't love them? Well, obviously this isn't the whole story, or you wouldn't want them back. So what we're really talking about is that they ended things because you never told them that you loved them, or you weren't affectionate enough, or you didn't reciprocate their level of love and intimacy. In this situation, is telling your ex how you feel really a good idea? Unfortunately, the answer is still no, even in this situation. That's because your ex has already decided to end the relationship and they told you why. So the cat is out of the bag. If you suddenly show up and shower them with love and affection, it's not gonna feel the same way it would have even 2 days before they decided to dump you. It's gonna feel calculated and like you're only doing it as a means to an end. And too little, too late. Imagine that you forgot your mother's birthday. She calls you up all upset the next day and chews you out for not getting her anything and not caring about her. You apologize and show up the next day with a great gift. Now, is this going to erase your mistake and make your mother feel loved and cared about? Not really, since she had to scream at you to make it happen in the first place. It'll take time and consistency to make this right again. And this is exactly what you need in this situation as well. Instead of running to your ex with tears in your eyes, you need to make a plan and stick to it. In this situation, I always advocate for 30 days of no contact. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know all about this by now, so I'm not going to go into too much detail here. If you want more info, check the links in the description below. Basically, it's all about cutting ties with your ex for 30 days, moving past the breakup, and becoming a better version of yourself. You'll notice this is the exact opposite of what you probably want to do at this moment, and that's exactly why it works so well. Your ex is expecting you to run back to them crying, or at least spend time lamenting your broken heart. If you can upset these expectations by living your best life instead, you're going to show them that everything they thought about you was wrong. This isn't going to be easy, but it is going to be effective if you stick to it. So again, there's more to it than that, so just check out the videos in the description for more information about why this works and how to go about it. If you're still wondering how your ex feels right now, you should consider going to xbackquiz.com after this video is over. Now, it doesn't matter how much you want your ex back. If they're not interested, then you don't have a chance. So take the free quiz at xbackquiz.com and find out how they feel. Depending on your chances, this page will also give you advice on what steps you should take next. So I said earlier that there are a few situations where telling your ex how you feel is a good idea. Well, one is after you've completed a full 30 days of no contact. But before you run back to them, you need to begin the reattraction process slowly with just a few text messages. Then a few in-person meetings to feel things out, and eventually, when the two of you are regularly spending time together and they're reciprocating your affection, you'll know the moment is right to let them know how you feel. Hopefully, they feel the same way, and the two of you can be back together for good. But there is another situation where telling your ex how you feel is the right move. And that is if you broke up with them and then realized that you want them back. They're feeling very hurt and confused right now, so they're gonna need some reassurance. Let them know that you came back because you love them and truly want to be with them. But obviously, it's not going to be enough on its own to fix this mistake. You'll need to sort out why you thought ending the relationship was a good idea, and why you've changed your mind, and how things will be different in the future. And of course, you're going to need to apologize to them profusely and spend a lot of time rebuilding the trust that's been lost. That just about brings us to the end of this video. I hope I've helped you realize that telling your ex how you feel is probably not going to give you the result you're looking for in almost any situation. Instead, you need to go no contact and slowly rebuild the relationship. If this has helped you at all, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment down below. I really love hearing from you guys. It always brightens my day. So thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one.